Hi, I have with me Renee Blasky, who is a patient. We usually do our superstar focus on team, but Renee is actually a patient who has a story to tell about Clean Kiss. So I met Renee at a networking group. And so, Renee, tell me, what prompted you to order Clean Kiss mouthwash and toothpaste?
Yeah, thanks, Leona. Uh, Having met you, we started talking about Clean Kiss, right? And so what you didn't know at the time is that I had been struggling with some periodontal disease for the last 2 years and having to go to the dentist every 3 months to try to get it in check and to really stop it from progressing. So when you started talking about your product, it was just like, oh, I should try that. So I ordered some, and
Well,
that's
I'm so glad that you did, because nobody says, "Oh, hi, glad to meet you. I have periodontal disease." So,
yeah, it's
so
not something I normally like to advertise to
yeah,
people. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So what have you tried to do in the past other than go every 3 months? Had you tried other solutions, or what had you done, if anything?
No, it was mostly really trying to floss and do all the things they recommend, but it was really a matter of just getting that deep cleaning every 3 months and going that way,
Yeah,
which
and what most people don't know, Renee, is that you can only do so much of those scaling and deep. They're scaling plaque off of the root, and after a
mhm.
while, the root becomes sensitive, and people can't continue to do those scaling and root planings. So
Oh,
it's never meant to be an every 3 months thing, but it's very common that it is because the dentists don't necessarily know that there's another therapy or another products or anything that they can help their patients with. So when
well,
you go,
that's interesting. And let me, it's because they told me that it wouldn't be, forever. They were expecting for me to make progress and have it be controlled. But there were times when, yes, I was making progress, but then 2 times ago, I started going backwards again. And then, so that concerned me a bit. So, again, when we had our conversation, and it's just like, okay, this has got to be worthwhile to try.
so what result were you hoping to achieve? Just an improvement when you went back, or did you have a specific goal in mind?
Well, I did have a specific goal in mind because, I mean, I don't know all the details of this, but when they were checking my teeth and the gum line, there were several fives in the last visit that I had had before starting to use Clean Kiss, and there were several fours. And previous to that, there were no fives, and there were several fours. So, as I said, I kind of felt like I was going backwards. So I really wanted to get it to such that there were no fives, and I want to get it so that there's no fours, and even there's mostly ones and twos if I can, so
That's a
that's
great goal
my
to
goal.
have. Yeah. Yeah. And what another thing, what most people don't know is that that deep cleaning only lasts for about 48 hours. And then
Oh,
you're starting
wow.
to build up again. So that's why you go forward and then backwards, and you look like you're
Mm.
doing better, and then you're not, because depending on, how much you eat, drink, or breathe, you're ingesting those bacteria again. And so, there needs to be getting you clean is job one, keeping you clean is job two. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you did take the initiative, because Clean Kiss is not inexpensive. It's therapeutic mouthwash, so it's not over the counter that you would buy in a grocery store or whatever. So what did you think of the money back guarantee? How did that influence your confidence to spend the money and go ahead and try it?
Quite honestly, it didn't.
Oh, that's
Um,
good to
I
know.
I wasn't really concerned about the guarantee. Um, I know some products do have them, some don't, but it really didn't influence my buying decision. It was more about getting me to the goal that I wanted to go.
Yeah, I hear that clearly. So that's good to know because some people oh, that's so expensive, that they won't, but the guarantee gives them confidence. Well, it's pretty
Mm,
gutsy. What other mouthwash just guarantees it,
right.
results? So you're guaranteed to improve, not get perfect, but improve. So and you got to use it, of course. So, so also, how did the fact that Clean Kiss uses botanicals instead of chemicals influence your purchase decision, or did it?
That certainly influenced my decision because I'm a person who does not like to use a lot of pharmaceuticals and chemicals and things like that. And the fact that it's apple cider based, personally, I love apple cider. So that when as soon as you said that, and then you're adding botanicals to it as well, and I'm a big user of essential oils, so that just fit right down my alley. And it was just like, okay, definitely I have to try this. And and I've used other mouthwashes before, and I've never liked them just because they're so alcohol based, and it's just I don't like that idea.
Yeah, they actually can even burn a little bit, so
Right.
it's it's and then you think they're working more, but that's not necessarily, the alcohol doesn't necessarily make them work better. So the other part you may not have known, I don't think we talked about this, but the mouthwash is acidic. The mouth, think about all that's in it, the essential oils, the apple cider vinegar, the,
Right.
coconut oil is basic, but most everything in it is acidic. And that's what kills the bad bacteria, but it doesn't hurt the good bacteria because it oxygenates the mouth. So it allows the good bacteria in your mouth to work, to grow and to live. It promotes that healthy
Yeah, that is right.
bacteria, but cuts the bad bacteria down. And then you follow, so you do it backwards. You swish to get rid of the
Yeah.
bacteria, then you brush. And most people do it backwards, but the brushing, that is a basic pH. And that's important to protect your enamel. And
Mhm.
also, bacteria doesn't like to grow in a basic pH either. So it sets you up to, so that it'll sustain itself between uses. That's what it's designed to do. So,
Okay.
so we talked a little about this, but what did you think about the price of Clean Kiss products?
Yeah, it's certainly much more expensive than what you would find in over the counter, but given the end results, I mean, it's well worth it. I mean, if it can help you prevent periodontal disease, but even go further in terms of preventing stroke and preventing heart disease and all of that, because now there's more and more scientific evidence that the two are related. So for me, that was a big one as well in terms of making the decision to do this, because I come from a family that has known heart disease. And so if I can take preventative measures to fix that, or to, make it more unlikely that that's going to be the consequence for me. So again, the goal was more important than the money for me.
Yeah, and understanding the difference between therapeutic and over the counter, a lot of people don't. They think it's the same thing. And
Mm.
basically, the therapeutic, if it uses some chemicals, there's a prescription therapeutic mouthwash that has chlorhexidine in it. That doubles your chance of having heart disease. It actually, because it freezes the blood vessels, so the
Oh my
blood
God.
can't pump the blood right. So it
That's
doesn't kill the bacteria, it freezes the blood vessels. So people don't know that. And Mayo Clinic did that study. That's not just from me, that showed that. So, not all therapeutic products are alike. So we wanted to develop one that had all the good benefits without any of the bad benefits.
right.
Bad.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you did. I mean, that's what
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. That's nice. So, how did your mouth feel after using Clean Kiss? What did you think?
actually I love the way it feels, because you just rub your tongue against your teeth, and they are just so smooth.
You know, some people don't like the smoothness. They think that they're dirty. They think it should feel rough, but the smoothness
Uh,
is the essential oils, and that's what keeps it working. So the
right.
longer those essential oils are on your teeth, the longer it's going to protect your mouth from the bacteria.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I love the feel of it.
yeah, and it's addictive, not because there's things in it that are bad for you,
Right.
addictive, but once you feel a clean kiss mouth, you'll miss it
Hmm.
if you don't have it. So just a
I was
warning.
just thinking, yeah, I was just thinking about this because I may be traveling. It's like, how am I going to bring my clean kiss with me? So, because it's quite a big bottle, so I don't want to lug the whole thing. So I was just like, okay, I've got to definitely bring some with me.
Yeah, yeah, you'll need a smaller container than that. I used to have travel size, but they charge as much to manufacture the travel size as they do the 32 ounce. I'd have to charge the
I
same
can
price
imagine.
for a 3 ounce bottle. So if you
I'll
can
find a
find a three
bottle.
ounce bottle, you'll be good. You'll be good. So
Yeah.
so let's talk about effectiveness, because the proof is in the pudding. It can feel good, it can taste good, you can like the idea of it, but it comes down to effectiveness. So how did you test the effectiveness?
Okay, so this was the fun part because, as you know, I was going to the dentist every 3 months. So I had a dentist appointment like about 4 to 5 weeks after I started using your product. And I purposely did not tell the hygienist that I was doing anything differently, purposely, because I wanted to see what her reaction was. So I get into the chair and she starts measuring, are there any fives or any fours and things like that. And she the first thing, she's checking my upper back teeth, and then she's checking the computer, and then she's coming back and checking the same area again, and then she's going back to the computer, and then you could just, I can't really see her, right, because she's over here, but all of a sudden she's like, okay, what have you done?
It's funny. It's so common that the hygienist thinks they're measuring wrong. So they'll go back and measure again. And
And
then
that's
they'll
what
take
she
a
was
double
doing.
take. It's really common. So she asked you what you were doing, and then what
So she
happened?
says, what have you done? And I started laughing, and I told her then about Clean Kiss and how that you had developed this product and that I had been using it for about 4 or 5 weeks. And she's like, well, did you floss any differently? Did you brush your teeth more often? What have you done? Because it was like she wasn't believing that this product could make that big of a difference. And then I was just telling her, I said, I haven't done anything differently, only started using this product. And her next words were, color me impressed.
Color me impressed. I love that.
It was
That's
so fun.
great. So how did your dentist react? And had he heard of Clean Kiss before? What was his reaction?
So then the dentist comes in because the hygienist had sent him a message. And so the dentist comes in and he goes, I hear you've got great results. So he's like, tell me more. So I was telling him about your product. And he's like, where can I get some?
Yeah, and people think, well, I can go to Amazon and that, but we try to keep the price down as low as we can. And frankly, we have to pay Amazon too much. So
Right.
we'd have to raise our prices even more. So the only place you can get Clean Kiss is go to cleankiss.com and go to the shop and order it. You can order it two ways. The first time you order it, you can add a coupon called First Kiss, and you won't have to pay any shipping.
Oh,
The
nice.
other way you can order it is through auto ship, where every 3 months we'll send you, enough product, 3 bottles of the Swish and 2 pumps of the toothpaste. So it saves the shipping. You don't have to pay shipping. So
Right.
either one of those things, work. And so uh, a lot of people haven't heard of Clean Kiss before because we've not had to do big advertising pushes and be on Google ads and that kind of thing. It's been pretty much word of mouth. And but we have a 40% retention rate for
Nice.
our for our um, for our products. So once they get on it, 40% stick with it. So we have 8,000 patients now, people on Clean Kiss. Um,
Fabulous.
and so it's growing, just by word of mouth.
Well, I've
So,
already placed my second order, and you can be sure that I'll be continuing to use it. And
oh,
I'm also
good.
telling other people about it as well, because I don't know if they have my issue or not, but even so, even if you don't have periodontal disease, I see the benefits of this.
Yeah, and you kind of answered my last question, which was, what would you like others to know about your experience? You kind of just said it. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's just, I love the fact that one, it's natural, and two, it's just so effective. The other thing we haven't talked about yet, but I've also noticed that my teeth are getting a little bit whiter.
It does. The apple cider vinegar does whiten them over time. It doesn't take the place of a professional whitening, but it certainly does better than Crest test strips, or
Well,
those.
I can't even use those. I cannot use any of those over-the-counter whiteners at all, because my teeth are so sensitive that as soon as I put that paste or the strips on it, it's just painful. Not necessarily while I have them on, but within a couple hours, I can
Yeah,
notice
that's very
the
common. You're
sensitivity.
not the only one that has that sensitivity to that type of thing. So this
So
is
the
a
fact that Clean Kiss can help whiten my teeth without increasing sensitivity, as well as help me combat the periodontal disease. Wow.
That's great. That's the cherry on the icing on the cake, right?
Absolutely.
So what
Yes.
what people don't know about whitening is this, because you've seen whiteners, even charcoal, the black, you brush your teeth with this black charcoal toothpaste. Whiteners can actually, what they actually do is remove a layer of enamel. So
Oh,
over
that's
time,
horrible.
they actually make your teeth weaker. Clean
Weaker.
Kiss doesn't remove enamel. The apple cider vinegar bleaches or whitens the teeth without that enamel. And of course, you don't have that gum sensitivity on top of it. So if people are wearing like a retainer or a night guard or something like that, they can actually take some of the toothpaste and put it in that and put it in their mouth overnight, and they'll see an even faster whitening. And it also helps that appliance not get so gunky. They can get
Sure.
really, yucky. So it helps with that too. But anyway, well, Renee, congratulations. I'm looking forward to hearing of, that your sustained results, not just that, your first results. And you know how to reach me if you have any questions. And thank you,
I
because
sure do.
yeah, you do.
And thank you for introducing me to this wonderful product.
Oh, you're quite welcome. And this interview will help encourage dental professionals whose hygienists and dentists want the same results for their patients. So thank you very
Yes.
much. Your reach will be very influential as a patient. So I appreciate it. Have a good day. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Leona.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.